Hey man, we've been having a rough day, but it's okay. Why? Cause I'm here. Hey man, look man, we got another game theory video, man. You know what I'm saying? It's called FNAF. Goodbye, Father. FNAF Security Breach Predictions, man. You know what I'm saying? I love my boy Game Theory, bruh. All types of theories, bro. So we gonna see what's up, man.
Bit by bit, we've been working to solve Security Breach before its launch, and so far I feel pretty darn good about what we've concluded. The reappearance of Glitch Trap and the dual nature of Vanny seem all but
Literally
confirmed.
never
The
played a
repurposing of the
Five Nights
toy
at Freddy's
animatronics
game.
still feels very much possible.
Like,
Even
bro,
some of my
like I
bigger
have
swings have
on like
wound up being
mobile
home runs.
on PC, bro. Like I ain't never played a single Five Nights at Freddy's game, bro.
Well, that's explicit.
That's
Real quick,
I
Music Man
can't, bro.
FNAF.
I'm sorry.
There's a couple like evidence
Maybe
pieces
one
or
day,
like loose
but
threads that I keep in the back of my head and hold it until a point where it becomes useful. Music Man is one of those. So to suddenly see a character with 6 legs and clown gloves, this is the closest thing that connects. I would assume, because anything that usually has a lot of legs like this is able to climb walls and climb ceilings, I wouldn't be surprised to see this be attacking you from the ceiling or a wall.
3 weeks later.
What is that?
Oh! I called it! Let's go! Music Man!
So we've talked about the villains, we've talked about the
Actually
animatronics,
looks
we've
pretty
talked
cool,
about the
not
plot.
gonna lie.
Today, with a month left
Creepy,
before release,
but
it's time
cool.
to talk about how this
Not even
whole
creepy,
thing is
just
gonna end.
weird. Okay.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to
The
Game
Game
Theory, the show that critics describe as Vanny-tastic. Before we begin, a quick reminder that 1 week from today, Tuesday, November 30th, is our big and final charity live stream benefiting St. Jude. It is the single biggest YouTube collaboration of the year. 50 creators across 9 hours.
Yeah,
We have
Mr. Beast,
everything from
Markiplier.
Markiplier doing trumpet solos and Dawko doing contortions to Corpse Husband reading children's books and Dream getting dunked on in Squid Game. There's even giveaways that you can win with your donations. Pixel 6s, OLED switches, even special Security Breach merch that was sent to us directly from Steel Wool Studios. And it's all dedicated to treating children with cancer and then passing those treatments along so that anyone else affected with cancer can benefit. Which, gotta say, all of us know someone who's been affected by cancer, and when you're a dad, hearing that a child has gotten that awful diagnosis makes it hit even harder. So if you want to be a part of the biggest YouTube collab of the year and a day full of fun and charity, make sure you're here next Tuesday, November 30th. Can we cross $1 million in 9 hours? We need your help to get there, so hit the button that you see on screen right now to ensure you're notified when it goes live. Since September, Steel Wool Studio has been hyping up the upcoming release of FNAF Security Breach by releasing short clips of an old Freddy Fazbear cartoon called Freddy and Friends on Tour. These 4 uploads, styled like an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon like 1969 Scooby-Doo or 1958's Yogi Bear, have been a huge source of information about this upcoming game, with each one hiding a frame or 2 screenshot of an existing animatronic in the middle of the episode, as well as the more focused reveal of a new animatronic towards the end. So, in the middle of episodes, you see glitches showcasing
Wait, they have a
Chica,
TV show?
Wolf, Monty Gator, our
What
security
the
guard
heck?
from the game's first teaser, but
never knew
now
that.
with yellow eyes, and these creepy bots, which we later learn in the game's trailer appear to be the service bots that are wandering around the Security Breach's mall complex. Meanwhile, at the end of each video, you had the reveal of the Sun and Moon guy, Evil Vanny, and of course,
Music Man!
there's even the reintroduction of
is
Glitch
that?
Trap, who, in the final video, can be found by piecing together the upload's 20 purple and yellow glitches kind of like a puzzle. Probably one of the coolest ideas for a teaser reveal that I've ever seen, and honestly, just a really smart callback because, based on the YouTube description for these videos, these things are coming from the Fazbear Entertainment Archive. And what are we doing with these old tapes? We're assembling them. Just like we saw with FNAF VR, where assembling the tapes also assembled Glitch Trap. So, yet again, we assemble a series of tapes, the glitches get stronger upload after upload, and boom, Gold Bunny make people go bye-bye. I don't know if they meant this intentionally or not, but still.
You know he did.
And then, just a couple weeks ago, the actual trailer came out and confirmed a
Oh,
lot
they
of
did.
what we
I
were
didn't even see
seeing.
the
There's all
trailer
the
yet.
animatronics, there's the creepy service bots, there's
Music Man!
we know basically everything that's in this game because we've seen
got it. I'm
basically
not
everything
paying
that's been teased.
attention.
Well,
Nah,
except
you see
for
that?
one thing.
You see that thing, boy? Ain't no way. I'm not playing this.
All the reveals and
I'm gonna sit
teasers and
back, watch
trailers,
Corey catch
one
my
thing
body.
remains a mystery. There is
What you
still
talking about?
one teased item that hasn't been revealed, and that is a tentacle monster.
What
You heard
the?
that right. At the end of Fazbear and Friends
Venom?
episode 1, we get this, a sliding tentacle slithering across the screen. And you know it's a big deal because it's simultaneously
Bro,
the
if I see
first thing they tease, but also the last thing that they're keeping secret. In fact, based on details from the trailer, as well as new clues that have come to light in other parts of the FNAF universe, I not only think I know what that is, but also the whole ending
y'all
sequence
scream, my
of this
boy.
game. This one is a biggie and feels like once again I am swinging for the fences, but if it proves to be true, well, let me tell ya, I'll be even more excited than this.
Music Man!
And speaking of things that get you more
He
hyped
really
than
loves
seeing your
Music Man,
favorite
doesn't he?
reject animatronic make his triumphant return,
That
let me just
Music
remind
Man?
you that new FNAFware and Theoryware are available right now for the holidays. Live
I
out
will
your
cop
wildest
that.
fantasies in
Ooh,
this
that looks
awesome
nice.
glam rock Freddy denim jacket, but look out, someone's watching your
But why
back.
Freddy got
Or
shoulder
if black
pads
isn't
now,
your
bro?
color, how about something a bit brighter, like the satin jacket with pink and cyan
That's
highlights.
actually a
It's
fire shirt. I
warm,
ain't gonna
it's
cap for a
cozy, but it's
jacket.
covered in embroidered patches.
That's
The
a
only
W
thing
jacket
it
right
doesn't have are totally rad lasers to go with it.
Nintendo Zap.
There's also the option of short
I know
or
they
long
had
sleeve
those.
t-shirts for all your favorites, from Monty to Vanny and everyone in between. Meanwhile, for all the rest of you theorists, we got the drip that'll make your friends go sheesh. Like this jogger set. You'll be camouflaged at your next chess club meeting in stylish black and white with a comfortable slim leg fit. It's sleek enough to wear outdoors and look cool in public, but warm and soft enough for all the indoor antisocial cuddling you could possibly want. Speaking of soft and cuddly, Theory Blanket. That's all I have to say. Theory Blanket.
This man
You and
got
your
a lot
cats
of
will
merch.
love it. And if you're looking for more to
Got
keep
a
you
whole
warm this
blanket.
chilly winter, wrap yourself in the big ol' hug that is this diamond quilted game
Bro, it looks
theory
like a Ben
jacket,
10
this
jacket.
embroidered game theory beanie, perfect for the wet weather or just a cold basement that you want to keep cold because you don't want to run up your heating bill. Who knows, maybe that's just me and Steph. Best of all, we have everything in stock right now, which means it's all ready to ship out with no shortages or delays. That means you get it ASAP for yourself or whoever you're gifting it to. Instant gratification for the win. So go get your FNAF wear or Theoryware by using the link down in the description or the merch shelf below as YouTube
This is literally
continues to
just
try
an
and
whole
trick you
ad,
to
bruh.
use their platform as a one-stop shop for all your
Bro, I
consumer
would have been
needs.
skipped.
Now then, let's talk tentacles. Across
Okay,
the series,
he
there's
kinda
only ever
finessed
been
that
one
on me, I ain't gonna
character
lie, bruh.
associated with long, slimy
You know, I
black
respect
tentacles, and that is Nightmarion, the Nightmare Puppet,
Oh,
who
I
came out as part of the
hate
Halloween
Marionette,
update for
bro. That
FNAF
boy is
4
scary.
way back when I
Ooh,
still had hopes that this series would end with 4
that is
games.
scary, bro.
Oh, what a fool I was. And who we more recently saw in FNAF VR's Night Terrors minigame. This thing is like a tentacle that is
What
just
the?
waiting to happen.
Nah.
Probably a tentacle that's already happened, to be honest, but I
No, I'm
dare
jumping
not
out
look
the
in that
window.
direction. So when you see a tentacle sliding
Like,
across
bro,
a staticky
heck
screen,
no, man.
immediately your mind is gonna jump to this character.
Nah, man, like, I'm dipping, bro. As soon as it's daytime, I wouldn't even be in the house at first. Like, how do you even, where these demons come from, man? Like, how they get in your house? What the, like, you know what I'm saying?
And from a story standpoint, this would
Heck no,
also
look at
make some
that.
level of sense. I mean, William Afton is back in the
Ugh.
form of Glitch Trap, so presumably the puppet, this protector of lost
Bro,
souls that
Marionette
stands
got
opposed
it,
to him,
bro.
would try its best to come along for the ride too in an effort to thwart him once more. One problem with all this, though, Nightmarion isn't canon. I
What?
mean, it is, but it isn't. It's complicated. Go figure, it's FNAF. Big surprise there. You see, Nightmarion's original appearance in FNAF 4's Halloween
Shit,
update
I'm happy
is
he's not canon.
something confirmed by Scott a
That boy is
long time ago
scary.
before that DLC launched. Its appearance in FNAF VR, on the other hand, is canon, but not in the way
Y'all
you
playing
think. This is
FNAF
because FNAF VR is
VR, bro?
itself a video game produced by Fazbear
Ain't
Entertainment.
no
So
way.
Nightmarion in the world of FNAF is no
I would
better than
literally
Mario
die,
or
bro.
Master
I'm a
Chief
jump
or a
scare. Like,
Slender
I'll
Man.
literally
It's a video
pass out.
game character, and as far
Not
as we
waking
know,
back up.
that's it. It's
That
not an
is
actual
so
active part of the real world lore in that
not do
universe. And
that.
you see, it's the lore that provides us
No
another
way,
problem here.
Jose.
Canonically, the puppet is burned away. Its spirit is released in the fire that happens at the end of Pizzeria Simulator. And unlike Afton, who created a digitized version of himself hidden in a video game, something tells me that the puppet wasn't coding C++ in between
What the-
giving gifts, giving life. As the last nail in the
Like
coffin here,
a
the tentacle
tree.
that we see at the end of Freddy and Friends is missing its signature white stripes.
Bro,
Are there
dumb
ways to bring the puppet back?
testicles,
Sure,
bro.
puppet mask didn't fully burn away and was found in the wreckage of the FNAF 6 pizzeria, so it's still infused with the agony of Charlie in order to fight against Afton one final time, whatever. But honestly, I think there's evidence to suggest a better candidate for that tentacle, Baby. So the final Fazbear Frights book just came out, number 11, Prankster. And with it came the chance to look back across the whole collection and analyze what Easter eggs were there to help solve the game lore. One big takeaway from the series, we now absolutely know what was inside the FNAF 4 box. It was a person. Don't at me about this one. This is undeniable at this point, and nothing you say is gonna change my mind about it. Here's why. In Prankster, we get this line during the finale, quote, Jake had found the real homeless girl that Eleanor replaced. As a quick aside here and reminder, Eleanor is this book's stand-in for Baby. The real girl had been locked in a trunk in the abandoned building where Jake had originally found Eleanor. Now, this one instance alone wouldn't be enough to make me 100% sure about it.
I don't know nothing about
they
FNAF,
repeat
so
it twice. Earlier in the same stretch of like 20 or so pages, the exact same thing happens again. Only this time, it's Eleanor that's locked in the box waiting to pop out. If those two times weren't enough for you, in the final FNAF novel, The Fourth Closet, Baby hides a person inside of a large chest and then goes to steal their identity. Quote from this book, John moved to a large green chest, the paint almost entirely worn off. There was no lock. John knelt beside it, found the handle and heaved it open, then shuddered, falling back and pushing himself away. Jessica, he gasped, moving back to the chest and leaning over it. Jessica. What, John? I'm trying to listen. It's Charlie, he said hoarsely, in the chest. So 3 times in the various books of this franchise have we opened up a chest to find some person resting inside. That alone would be enough to be a trend, but the similarities in these situations continue. Not only does this very odd and very specific thing happen in both Fazbear Frights and the Silver Eyes novels, but both times the person inside the box is Charlie the puppet, or whatever her equivalent is in that universe. In The Fourth Closet, Charlotte, daughter of the genius animatronic inventor Henry, who tragically loses his young girl and then tries to rebuild her using robots. And over in Fazbear Frights, the homeless girl in the box is Stop me if this starts to sound familiar, but she's the daughter of genius inventor Dr. Telbert, who tragically loses his young girl and then tries to keep her alive by inventing Remnant. I'm just saying, whether you like it or not, it just seems like the books are trying real hard to tell us the solution to this one. And that's not a theory. That is me just literally calling attention to a repeated pattern in the books. Anyway, with the final Fazbear Fright, comes the ending to the Stitch Wraith story that I've been yammering on about for the better part of 2 years. And for good reason. This one story, told in short chunks at the end of each novel, has contained some of the biggest lore reveals of any piece of media this franchise has ever produced. It was this story that really strengthened my belief in Golden Freddy having 2 souls inside of him. It's also the one that gives us that scene that we just talked about with the box. It even has a lore dump in the final pages where they just outright define what Remnant is. So that's why it really caught my attention when Baby started to do something that was completely out of character, shooting long black tentacles out of her body. Quote from the book, her eyes bulged, black tentacles shot from her mouth.
My bad.
From her fingers, from her toes. The slimy black vines climbed up the walls and slithered over the floor. Tentacles flew from her and wrapped around his face. Yeah, that's new. So we have ourselves Baby, an animatronic that can transform into a believable copy of any person, now also able to erupt into blood tentacles. Yeah, the tentacles are made from black blood. Sorry if I didn't mention that before, but yep. But there's another reason I think Baby's our tentacle monster. It's because I think she's actually our big bad of the game. The one who is really pulling the strings here. You see, back in April, I did 3 short mini-theories on Security Breach, with one focused on exactly this topic, the return of Elizabeth Afton. At the time, it was a mini-theory for a reason. It was just a hunch with a teeny bit of evidence, but now that evidence is starting to pile up faster than dead bodies in a pizzeria, and to understand why, we have to make one more trip to the books. At the midway point of our Stitch Wraith story, we have our Golden Freddy spirit stand-ins having to equip themselves with the puppet mask in order to fight against a giant 15-foot trash rabbit called the Afton Amalgamation. You're not stroking out, friends. That is the unironic words printed onto real paper and produced en masse for readers to consume. You hear that?
I see that pop up on my screen,
his grave as we speak. Basically, Afton's spirit had possessed a lot of different objects, and those all fused together with trash in order to form a giant garbage Godzilla. Back when I wrote that theory, I had this to say. I am not going to sit here and say that we will at some point in this series be forced to fight a giant trash bunny possessed possessed by a serial killer. But now,
Thank
7
God.
months later, things have changed. And,
yeah,
I am gonna sit here and say that we will, at some point in the series, be forced to fight a giant trash bunny possessed by a serial killer. Yep, the series about pizzeria-themed murders has decided that giant garbage rabbit kaiju is the next logical step in the story that they feel it wants to tell. I am so tired. Now, if this was a normal FNAF game, then no. Of course, there's no giant trash monster. But this is anything but a normal FNAF game. First, we know that Security Breach will have boss battles. This is confirmed on a PlayStation blog article covering the game. And if these moments of Monty Gator from the trailer don't look like a boss battle intro sequence, then I don't know what does. Reminds me of the American Gladiators game Assault. We also know that the game's primary mechanic is climbing into Freddy's oversized birthday cake hat and piloting him around like a mech suit. You don't just include a mecha suit like that in your game if all you're doing with it is stealthing around a mall. You insert that sort of stuff in order to punch serial killers in the face. But you know what seals the deal for me is the trailer. Throughout the Freddy and Friends teaser images, we've seen pictures of the animatronics
ain't gonna be like,
and broken. Are they corrupted
be a
by
little
acid?
different.
Maybe we destroy them over the course of the night. It's a weird little detail. But then the trailer goes and shows us a bit more. We see this scene of a broken Chica that's attacking us in a tunnel made from garbage.
Not the Chica
now that
I know,
is a
bro.
bizarre setting for a game that's set in a mall and,
not the
according to the
Chica
PlayStation
I know.
Store, the sewers underneath the mall. Trash is just everywhere. So is this the game that's finally given us what we've all been demanding? Hashtag justice for trash in the gang? Or is it something more? Remember what I said about the broken version of the animatronics that we keep seeing in the trailers? Well, one of the main components of Trash Afton are the pieces and parts of other ruined animatronics. I wouldn't be surprised if the final boss battle of the game is against a giant amalgamation of all the other animatronics combined, which in turn strengthens the baby theory. You see, in the books, yet again, Trash Afton is described as weak. In fact, it's so important that they decide to say it twice. First in book 6, and then again in book 11. In reality, it's actually Eleanor that's powering the whole thing. So if we do in fact descend down into a landfill to fight a giant trash rabbit...
Bro, I hate, like, creatures with long necks, bro. It's just, it's the creepiest thing you can do, man. It's nasty.
Kaiju, the one really pulling the strings will be the black blood tentacles of the shape-shifting baby. But there's one last thing worth mentioning, and that's this game's return to the first ever pizzeria, Fredbear's Family Diner. Dawko recently did a live stream to benefit our St. Jude campaign. Dawko, you're an amazing and wonderful person. Thank you for your support. But whenever there's a Dawko charity stream, you know that close behind is gonna be some FNAF teasers. And Steel Wool did not disappoint. They sent him a series of posters including these 3 from Fredbear's Family Diner, the original pizzeria mentioned way back in FNAF 2.
I'm gonna try to contact the original restaurant owner. I think the name of the place was Fredbear's Family Diner.
Yo. You got 2 big dogs standing right in front of you, buddy.
The existence of these posters alone is pretty sus, considering game developers don't have the bandwidth to spend a lot of time on artwork that isn't getting used.
What y'all do find
What's
like
even
real
weirder,
and you
though,
had to, like,
is that the new Freddy and
work
Friends
there.
teasers also revisit
I know
what
I
appears to
would
be the
not.
first
You
pizzeria
gonna have to
in
pay me the
episode
world,
2, based
but I
on
am
buildings small
no.
size, red and white striped
No,
awnings,
no.
and wooden interior. But all of that, coupled with the descent into a landfill-looking area, leads me to believe that the mall is built on top of the original Fredbear's Family Diner location. We've actually seen a lot of this before throughout the series.
Nice.
Both sister location and the Twisted
You know
ones,
what I'm saying?
they
They
have
finally
large
refurbished that
underground
place,
warehouses constructed under existing
And
buildings
all
and businesses. And again, in the Silver Eyes, we see Charlie and the gang breaking into a giant mall, read also Pizzaplex, built around one of the earliest pizzeria locations. Even FNAF VR ended with the scene of Glitch Trap beckoning us to the back room where we then went out the side door towards Security Breach's mall in the middle of being constructed. Long story short, there is a constant running theme of old places being connected to and buried under new, flashier establishments. So, us going down a trash tunnel in the trailer, passing old wrecked versions of the animatronics, we have to be headed somewhere. Why not the first ever location, where Glitch Trap would be at his strongest, would be able to be resurrected into the nightmare hand that we saw at the end of the first teaser, notice those fingers, and eventually form into the trash monster that we fight. So that, my friends, is the wild prediction I have for the final act of this game.
Wait, that was a prediction, bro? I totally forgot. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I was sucked in as if I was being told the whole plot. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
descend into the sewers, and eventually wind up in tunnels of trash under the building, which eventually leads to the site of the first ever diner, Fredbear's family. Here, where his powers are strongest, Glitchtrap leaves Vanny's body and regains his own. We hop into our Mecha Freddy for a boss battle to knock him around a bit, and desperate, he absorbs all the ruined animatronics and trash around him. We destroy him yet again, only to reveal the black tentacles. It was Baby all along. Cue the next game and subsequent 20 installment book series. But hey, these animatronics may be horrifying, but not everything that's made of metal has to be. That's where our sponsor Displate comes in. Their metal posters are a step above the rest.
I'm asking you, we gonna watch it.
We've all seen how long Springtrap's been around for, and how many fires he's survived. Just goes to show how durable metal is, and Displate's metal posters are no exception. Plus, you don't need 6 hands like Music Man to hang them up either. Displate has made the process super simple with their special magnets. Just stick them onto the wall, and your posters will stay there. No messing around with drywall anchors, or screws, or holes in the wall. Just a one-size-fits-all method that's so easy, even a blood tentacle could do it. And all this is without even mentioning how gorgeous they are. Displate's prints are high quality and come in lots of different styles and colors. They're a really great way to brighten up your living room, your home office, your abandoned pizzeria. Displate has got millions of different designs to fit whatever aesthetic you want. I personally love the designs that they've got for classic video game franchises like Mario, Zelda, and Minecraft. Some of them are so 80s-tastic, they'd fit perfectly into Security Breach. For our latest purchase, I actually picked up some from Among Us, Portal, Squid Game, and just a random, fun, colorful design that I thought would fit really well in her house. Whatever fandom you're a part of, or heck, whatever vibe you're going for, Displate has got something that's going to suit you, your style, and help you express that passion in a new, dynamic, vivid way. So if you fancy leveling up the look of your home, click the link in the description below to get a massive discount off your order at checkout. But it's only available for a limited time, so you better act fast. Once again, go to the link in the description to get a special discount only for us theorists, and see what amazing designs you find that can make your house into a home. And as always, remember, my friends, that's just a theory. Game theory. Thanks for watching.
And hope you enjoyed that video, man. Make sure you hit that like button, man. Drop a sub, man. I really appreciate it, my boy. Also, click these videos to my right, but your left, you feel me? And I promise God will bless you, man. And cut.